social eugenics, and the black population. Apart from structured eugenics programs created by institutions of society, there has existed a social eugenics that has targeted black males with the potential of becoming alpha leaders, men who cannot be bought, and black women with the femininity and the genetic beauty to compete with women of other races. This social eugenics is accomplished by being socially ostracized, devalued, and especially by the guiding of the child or young adult down certain pathways, leading them to certain roles which will fit the narrative of their genetic phenotypes. Why are tall black boys encouraged to play basketball when only 1% of them will be successful in it? Are attractive black girls encouraged to be promiscuous because everyone thinks that's what they are? Why are feminine or girly black girls bullied by their peers until they man up? Are black boys who clearly have higher energy levels, creativity, and testosterone levels than their peers pushed to be valedictorians and CEOs, or thugs and drug kingpins? Finally, why do fat white women feel entitled to attractive black men? Why are blacks in general taught to be attracted to white phenotypes? The power of your community's perception of you is very underrated. If you believe you are a future PhD, but your community envisions a criminal, they will treat you and guide you down that path in every social interaction. You may literally be sabotaged. It will be the strength of your own knowledge of self and strength of your own identity that may see you through. All of these behaviors behind those aforementioned questions lead strong young black males to criminality, death, or mating with women of poor quality. Black women are raised to be masculine and difficult, being trained to despise black men and seek out the leftovers of other races. This programming of black youth who possess great potential to become constructive members of society has the effect of creating destructive and toxic individuals who may not reproduce, but if they do, the child will be a bastard doomed to the same fate or not fully black. No child, due to death, imprisonment, or poverty, is preferable. More destructive bastards who will not construct a community is second, as without decent parents, they will become prison labor, stereotypes to fit the narrative, ball players, entertainers, or service workers. A mixed child with no duty toward the black community is third best. This programming of potential black men and women is primarily done because if you had intelligent and principled, handsome black men walking around with feminine and gorgeous black women, it would be living proof that all the racist narratives regarding blacks are untrue. A physically strong black man, in the eyes of the greater society, is a buck, good for sports, or is a criminal. Either way, he has no use for his brain. A beautiful black woman is either a black whore or a white man's concubine. One reason that Jay-Z and Beyonce are prancing around in the media so much is to give the illusion to the public and even to black people that there are strong black men and women walking around. But that's a celebrity. That's not a normality. If you go to any city, you can see Caucasians of status and character walking around in relationships. You have to turn on the TV to see that for blacks. This programming is also done, secondly, to prevent black communities to rising to pre-desegregation levels of community, unity, stability, and growth. Blacks must be kept as an underclass, and so their leaders are destroyed from birth. This is a natural form of eugenics that takes place in American society. The people are programmed and the program runs. What is even more fascinating is who in the black community is pushed forward. It has been my observation that those who are mentally weak, docile, lacking a sense of self respect, self interest, and who are often short or physically unimposing or unattractive, these blacks are put in positions of power which have an effect on social, political, and economic policies. This is done for several reasons, three of which are as follows. Give those with the weakest genetics and sense of sovereignty the greatest ability to procreate and take up positions of power in the black community. Those with the most stability will not use it to uplift others or use that stability as a platform to launch off of. 2. Maintain the image of blacks being inferior in every way save the freaks of nature, athletic bucks. Regular blacks who appear more pygmy-like make whites feel more comfortable. Remember, from middle school, white men are taught that they are physically inferior to black men, yet overall superior, which must be very confusing to them. They have no sense of sovereignty, identity, or own group preference. They are compliant puppets. As long as they have a high-paying corporate job or pets of validation, and they are allowed to be the token black, they will promote weakness and servitude. The most attractive and physically capable blacks are guided towards foolishness and are released into the world with no skills, while the black boys who emasculate themselves or make themselves docile, agreeable, and malleable are seen as safe enough to advance by the gatekeepers of our society. As certain races own most of the wealth and the majority of the jobs, in order to be a part of the society as a black male, you must make yourself agreeable, docile, and servile to those other races who own that wealth and own those jobs, unless you wish to create your own community. And as we just spoke about, that is very hard. This is social eugenics. Certain phenotypes are guided towards certain reproductive options. Strong genetics are either erased or made useless by being given to bastard children with no inheritance of wealth or knowledge or sense of duty. Weak genetics are given social power so that they will never achieve sovereignty for their society. My final assessment regarding this: clever. Very clever.